Rick's Place in Wilbraham helps children who are grieving the loss of a loved one. They offer a peer support model, and all of their services are free of charge. They depend on grants and donations, and recently received funding to continue a grief support program they take on the road to local schools for kids unable to come to Wilbraham. Connecting Point correspondent Carolee McGrath spoke with Rick's Place Program Director Diane Murray and Program Coordinator Therese Ross to get their story.
I'm joined by Diane Murray, who is the Program Director of Rick's Place, and Therese Ross, who's a Program Coordinator. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having us.
So first, tell us a little bit about the history and the mission of Rick's Place.
Rick's Place is named for Rick Thorpe, a Wilbraham native who died on 9/11. And in his honor, we serve grieving children and teens and their parent or caregiver through a peer support model, an activities-based system of providing that kind of support.
And so what kinds of programs do you have for families, and what kinds of situations are you seeing as families come in?
So families come when they've suffered the death of a significant family member. So a caregiver might be a grandparent, a parent, sometimes a sibling has passed away. And the families come and the children are divided into age groups, and we also offer a parent support group at the same time. So the children are with their peers, participating in activities, getting that support, and we're offering support to the parents so that they can more successfully parent a grieving child while they themselves are parenting.
Which seems impossible. I can't even imagine having to deal with that. I mean, what are you hearing from parents who are coming in? Because not only are they heartbroken over the loss of, God forbid, a child or a spouse, but they also have to, heal that little broken heart that's a little boy or a little girl in their life. What are they saying to you, and how do they handle it?
Well, we often hear from the parents or caregivers, if they've lost a spouse, that they are not a single parent that has the support of the other parent. They are the only parent, which adds a ton of pressure to their lives. We're also seeing a number of grandparents now who are raising their grandchildren because one of the parents has died due to a substance abuse issue, and the other parent is just not available to parent at that point in time. So they need a lot of our support as well.
So have you seen an uptick in that in the last few years?
We do find that when the parents come, they feel incredible support, and the grandparents too. Mm-hmm. Incredible support from the peers in their adult group, because they're recognizing that, just as the kids do, this is an experience other people have had. They know what it's like to be doing this very hard job of grieving and parenting in this case.
And so now you're also able to bring some of this support into different school systems. Tell us about that.
Yes, our program is non-denominational, but all of our work in the area schools is paid for through a grant from the Diocese of Springfield Annual Catholic Appeal, and we're very grateful to them. We typically visit 5 schools in the fall and then another 5 in the spring. It may be the same school again with a group of students, anywhere from 5 to 10 students. And we offer a program that's very similar to what we have here on site. These are the kids that just can't get to us.
Right, because it's a drive from South Hadley or West Springfield to get here.
Exactly. So we run the groups for 8 weeks at a time, and we have typically 2 facilitators go into the school and work with the students, and it's the same peer support model. And so we have activities, we have opportunities for the kids to share about their special loved one, and we help them recognize that there's sort of a choice in here's your experience, and it can define you positively or negatively.
And this has to be a huge help for school administrators as well, who are struggling to help kids in this situation.
There are so many areas where kids need assistance. Yes, we hear gratitude from school adjustment counselors, teachers, and administrators.
One thing that you always hear is how resilient kids are, but as a mother, how resilient can you be if you've just had your heart crushed? I know that, luckily they are, but that never goes away, right?
Right. And that's one of the things that we discuss in the adult groups, where we really talk about how challenging it is to feel so terribly sad, and yet to need to be there for your child because you have to be the one helping your child through this. And so how do you separate that out, and then how do you do it together. And we know that adults in the support group really come to count on one another. And we find that the kids do get to know one another very well and really count on one another in a way. Look forward to seeing one another here.
Yeah.
And is the focus to honor the memory, or do you try to forget? Like, how do you, what
Oh,
do you?
not at all. We encourage them to be present with their grief. Burying it doesn't help. I said to a group of very young kids this past winter when the holidays were coming up in December that, you know, it's okay to take a break from it and it's okay to be happy. That's part of your life, but you need to keep it in the forefront, honor that person, talk about them at the holidays, think about their favorite foods, and we model that here all of the time.
That's a really important piece of what we encourage kids and families to do, is actually talk about the person who has died. People tend to not want to do it because they're worried that the children or the adults will get upset, which is true, they may. And yet, if you don't talk about it, that's a lot harder for children, if you don't name the person.
Okay, so you are a nonprofit. You're having a big fundraiser coming up. Tell us about that.
We are. It's the 9th annual Heart to Heart event. It's our biggest fundraiser of the year. Historically, it's been a gala. And this year, we're stepping a little bit away from that. We're going to be offering a trivia games night. Very casual attire, comfort food. We're thinking of it as sort of a cabin fever buster. It's going to be on February 11th at the Ludlow Country Club. Be starting at 6 with a cocktail hour, going to about 10:30. We will have our raffles and auction. We really hope that we'll have some new folks come out and learn about Rick's Place. This really is a come one, come all kind of thing. Nick Gagney is hosting the trivia contest. It sounds like so much fun. You don't need to bring a team. You could be a team of one, or you could just sit back and watch the fun. The only thing a person would need to do, other than buy a ticket, would be to bring either a smartphone or a tablet of some sort, because that's the way the game is played.
Okay, all high tech that nowadays. Therese and Diane, thank you so much for joining us and telling us a little bit about what you offer here.
Thank you.